Northampton Township Police are investigating a death at a Holland home. A police source tells us it all started with a tip from Washington, D.C. Our Kelly Rule is live in Holland tonight with what we know. Kelly?
Well, Greg, Northampton Township Police did say that this all started with a welfare check, and you can see this investigation is still very much active and ongoing. That call came in 8 hours ago, and detectives are still here, officers are still here, still very much, again, an active investigation. Now, they are now calling this a death investigation, but that original report from a police source did indicate that this was a homicide investigation.
Shocking. We've never had anything like this before.
As dozens poured into the Holland Rita's water ice on a warm Father's Day night, they got front row seats to a death investigation in this quiet condo community on Beacon Hill Drive. Northampton Township Police and Bucks County detectives investigating since just before 2 p.m. Sarah Myers says a woman in her 80s lives in the condo police focused on.
She's very, very nice. I see her out quite often. I believe she lives by herself. It doesn't make any sense.
The initial report from a police source stated D.C. Metro Police in Washington, D.C. called Northampton Township Police to have a welfare check done at the condo. Police checked the address and determined the incident to be a homicide. Northampton Township Police later put out a press release about what they called a death investigation and said there's no danger to the community. A window in the condo was open with the screen pushed out.
That's a shame. You know, it's unheard of in this area, really, a death. That's crazy. It's the most trustworthy community ever. You know, you can leave stuff out, it doesn't disappear, and the people were very nice.
Investigators spent hours outside and inside the condo, coming to and from a Bucks County detective's trailer, neighbors hoping to learn more.
Whoever did it, there's a special place, someplace for you.
The police said they would not be releasing any additional information until all family members are identified. For now, they have not said anything about this victim. Greg.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much.
In Bucks County, we're learning more about a mysterious death investigation in Northampton Township. Police say a man confessed to killing his 82-year-old mother inside her condo in Holland. They tell us 49-year-old William Michael Ingram, pictured here from a separate incident in 2019, was arrested in Washington, D.C. for assaulting an officer and damaging a police car. While he was being taken into custody, police say that's when Ingram confessed to killing his mother. D.C. police then called Northampton police yesterday morning and asked them to check on Dolores Ingram. When they arrived to the home on Beacon Hill Drive, police say they found her dead.
Multiple police departments are noting an increase in vehicle break-ins and thefts around Philadelphia. Police say about 40 vehicles were broken into in as little as 30 minutes this week. 40 vehicles. Our Jennifer Lee live at police headquarters here. And Jen, just another thing people have to kind of keep their head on a swivel about.
Yes, people were definitely being careful when we checked in on that neighborhood, and Philadelphia police did release surveillance video of those suspects. They're also now working with other police departments to try and coordinate their efforts. New surveillance video from Philadelphia police shows a black vehicle rolling across the parking lot and the suspects going door to door, breaking into vehicles. A couple days later, you can see broken glass left over from car windows that were smashed. Mequan Scott works for UCH, which manages the apartment properties where multiple vehicles were damaged.
My coworkers are like having to sweep it up and stuff like that to take reports from people angry.
Northwest detectives say about 40 vehicles were vandalized and broken into early Monday morning between 4:45 and 5:15 a.m. in the Endora section of Philadelphia. Captain John Craig says there appear to be 3 or 4 suspects who are either teens or in their early 20s and riding a black Mercedes crossover type SUV.
Pull up in numerous locations, exit, acting in concert, and coordination begin to break into several vehicles around them.
Detectives say the individuals rummaged through the inner console of vehicles, but nothing was taken in most cases. Only 4 victims reported personal items stolen, like car chargers, sunglasses, and loose change. But nonetheless, Captain Craig says it's frustrating for car owners.
Repairs to their vehicle, which can cost over to several $100s, and this is a major inconvenience to them and just a total, just really upsetting for them.
Surrounding police departments also noting an increase in vehicle break-ins and thefts, such as Cheltenham police, who shared these pictures of 2 suspects wanted for a series of incidents, and now putting car owners in the area on guard.
I don't want you to even look at my gun and see nothing that make you want to break into it. I just took everything out, and I leave the center console open. I leave the glove box open, the glasses drawn, so you can look in and see there's nothing in there. Don't even bother it.
Yes, good advice there to not leave valuables in your vehicle. Police say also try to park in a well-lit area and think about investing in theft prevention devices. Now, if you recognize any of those individuals who are captured on surveillance video, reach out to Northwest Detectives. Their number is 215-686-3353.
Breaking right now, a violent scene erupting in North Philadelphia where 7 people were shot. The youngest victim, a 16-year-old girl. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason Martinez.
And I'm Sheba Russell. Right now, all of the victims are stable, but police are still working to find the people who hopped out of a vehicle and fired multiple shots. Our Dawn Timoney was at the scene within minutes. Dawn, what's the update?
Well, Sheba, I can tell you that earlier this evening, police say they received numerous 911 calls of gunfire, of people being shot. In addition to that 16-year-old victim, the others ranging in age from 19 to 43, shot in the legs, the arms, one person shot in the lower back, and police are still trying to figure out why a quiet Wednesday night was shattered by gunfire. Close to 24 evidence markers painting a violent picture along the 2800 block of Banbury Street at the intersection of Somerset in North Philadelphia. 7 people shot just before 6:30.
But we know 17 shots were fired from a semi-automatic weapon or weapons. We have 17 spent shell casings.
Police say a dark-colored car pulled up to the scene and 1 to 3 people got out and started shooting at a crowd of people on the sidewalk on Banbury before getting back inside and taking off.
They shot into this crowd intentionally, and someone in the crowd may have been the intended target.
Among the 5 females and 2 males shot, a 16-year-old girl who was actually inside her house and hit in the stomach.
Police took this 16-year-old to St. Christopher's since she's a juvenile, and that 16-year-old female is suffering from a graze wound.
Police say real-time police crime cameras in the neighborhood captured the vehicle, which is a dark-colored 4-door sedan with distinct markings.
It has some sort of yellow tape or plastic securing the rear trunk, so that information did go out over police radio. We also found several other private surveillance cameras in the neighborhood. So hopefully these additional cameras recorded something that could help us with this shooting.
Police say they also questioned a number of witnesses, and they hope to talk to the shooting victims themselves once they are able. Again, all remain in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries, but a really scary night when a lot of people, it was warm out, when a lot of people were out and about this evening. Jason and Sheba?
A lot of folks gathering outside today for the Juneteenth holiday, of course, as well. All right, Dawn, thank you. Tonight, a Philadelphia police officer remains on life support more than 24 hours after being shot in the neck while conducting a traffic stop in Kensington. This is the late edition of the 10 o'clock news. I'm Sheba Russell. We're also learning tonight that the district attorney has formally filed charges against the man accused of firing on the officer. We want to get straight out to Kelly Rule, live at Temple Hospital for us tonight with more on the investigation and the officer's condition. Kelly?
Well, Sheba, again, in their latest update, city officials said that 31-year-old officer, who is a 6-year veteran of the force, a husband and father, is fighting for his life on life support, still in critical condition. No changes there. The man accused of shooting him was charged with attempted murder, among more than a dozen other charges. 36-year-old Ramon Rodriguez Vasquez, identified by Philadelphia police tonight as the man accused of shooting and critically wounding a 31-year-old officer. District Attorney Larry Krasner charged him with attempted murder of a law enforcement officer among 14 criminal charges.
Assist the officer, police bar radio, officer down.
Police say just before 8 p.m. Saturday night, the 31-year-old officer and his partner stopped a vehicle with Vasquez and 3 others inside on the 3500 block of F Street. They moved to a live stop of the vehicle. Police say a parking authority tow vehicle arrived, and police say officers saw a holster inside the car and Vasquez start to run. Police say Vasquez turned and opened fire, shooting 3 times, striking the officer in the neck.
Got an officer shot, unknown where in the body. His partner scooped, unknown what hospital they're going to. Somebody take the hospital. Somebody go to the temple. His partner scooped into the hospital. safety assist officer down. You're looking for a Hispanic male with cornrows, all black clothing, accompanied by a female with orange clothing last seen eastbound on Atlantic.
Police say Vasquez forced his way into a random home on the 800 block of Schiller Street, about a block away, with a weapon. That's where sources say he was taken into custody. He was charged with burglary and kidnapping, among others, for that incident. Police say all 3 others in the vehicle were also taken into custody.
I'm glad they caught them. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I thought somebody just fired off a couple shots, because that's normal around here.
Mark Noble witnessed the chaos after the shooting.
I don't want to see nothing happen to them. They're just doing their jobs. I'm just praying for the officer. I hope he makes it.
Now, again, police did say 3 others were taken into custody, but they have not announced any other charges or arrests other than the accused shooter. Sheba, we are expected to hear some more information about this tomorrow.
All right, Kelly Rule, thank you. There has been an outpouring of support and prayers for the officer from both his brothers and sisters in blue to the local community. As you heard a little bit there in Kelly's piece, they are united in hope that he pulls through. Here's our Ellen Kaloje.
So many emotions here for officers in the 25th District waiting for word about their fellow officer shot in the line of duty. And so many others who never even met him have been praying for him and his family.
When the officer goes out, you know, you can pray for compassion, you can pray for mercy, you can pray for sympathy, you can pray for protection. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
Reverend Wesley Howell has lived in the 25th District for more than 50 years and has been counseling the cops for years whenever he's needed. So as soon as he heard about another police officer getting shot, he wanted to see how he could help.
I was here just to pay support, be supportive to the police department, because I work with the 25th District very closely on all issues, and I wanted to let them know that, you know, I'm praying for them, and let them know that we're here for them, because it's a rough job.
A rough job that never gets easier when one of their own gets injured. Officers back out at 3600 F Street say the men and women in blue have been passing along updates to each other about the officer shot here Saturday night ever since it happened.
It's just so sad.
Some people in the neighborhood where the SWAT teams went looking for the suspect say they're numb to this kind of constant violence.
Yeah, I mean, there's no words. Like, it's all the time here. Like, really bad, all the time. Shootings, kids. It's terrible.
Even more awful, she says, when the person shot is a police officer.
They're out here to protect us, and, you know, and yeah, it really is a shame to where it comes like all this, you know. You can't even walk down the street with needles, and it's terrible.
Neighbors in the area say they hope that Mayor Parker can do something about the crime because they do not want to see another cop shot or anyone, but they are not overly optimistic. In Hunting Park, Ellen Kaloje, Fox 29 News.
Now to breaking news in North Philadelphia, where a police officer was hit by someone driving a 3-wheeled slingshot. It happened around 7:45 tonight at Broad Street in Germantown Avenue. Police say the officer was on ATV detail riding a dirt bike when he was hit by the autocycle. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. He is expected to be okay. Now the driver did not stay at the scene. They drove off, but police tell us they did make an arrest a short time later. This is video from where that happened along Weymouth Street, about 3 miles from the site of the crash. And a few hours earlier in Kensington, another accident involving one of those slingshots. This one around 3:45 this afternoon on Ruth Street. You can see a large police presence and the overturned autocycle on the sidewalk. Early reports are that an officer was hit, but we have not been able to confirm that information. We now know the name of the Temple University student who police say was murdered in North Philadelphia. She's been identified as 20-year-old Milan Jones. Police say they found her dead inside a home around 4 yesterday morning on Willington Street with injuries consistent with blunt force trauma. Police arrested and charged 21-year-old Tamir Lackey, who is also a Temple student, with murder. They say her death was related to a domestic violence episode. Temple University releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "The loss of this promising young woman is a tragedy that will deeply impact her fellow students and our faculty and staff." Milan was set to begin her 3rd year of studies in the College of Public Health's nursing program this fall. There is no doubt that she had a very bright future ahead of her.